So, so welcome back. We're a little bit late. I'm gonna be honest. We discovered that there was a shadow drop of the new balanced data slate, but also like the new detachment. And by the time that we woke up, five other people have already made videos about this.
I think
So
it's
we're
more
gonna
than
pretend
five.
like we're 15.
That's probably too much. I was thinking more like six other people, and that's it.
Yeah,
No one else.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah. We're in that sense, we're actually quite ahead of the curve. Um, But yeah, the plan is like we're gonna go a little bit through the detachments, talk to you guys about it, maybe see if there's any like interesting combos that we can cook up. I prepped slides, Ryan. I'm fucking ready this time.
Let's
We're showing
go.
the we're
Let's
showing the intro of the
go.
plan. So the first one we're gonna talk about, and we're gonna do these in separate videos. But the first one we're gonna talk about is Dark Angels. Ryan, you know nothing about Dark Angels, do you?
I know about Oath of Moments.
Ryan, you have Oath a moment.
I know about Oath of Moments.
Okay, that's actually somewhat good. So Dark Angels, right? Right now, their entire like Dark Angels thing is that they are debatedly the most tanky out of all the Space Marines. So they don't really have crazy DPS units. What matters is the fact that you always run three Deathwing Knights, which basically soak up all the damage in the world at 250 points. Um, which is good. You used to run it in like Stormlands, which made them super fast because the issue with the Deathwing Knights was they were always slow. Now, the new detachment, which is called Wrath of the Rock, yes, the Rock, um, its detachment rule makes it so that for all infantry and mounted units, um, you are always -1 to wound if the opponent is swinging at you with a strength that is higher than your toughness. Um, so very super consistent. We're talking a very strong -1 to wound, meaning that basically with Deathwing Knights, you're always basically always wounding minimum on threes. You're never wounding on twos in any situation, which is incredibly good. Deathwing Knights already inherently have -1 damage. There's you run three in this new detachment. It's just incredibly good. It boosts your tankiness up. There's also something to be said about inner circle companions, which are the little like dudes with swords, Ryan. They already inherently have -1 to hit when a character is attached to them. So you can go -1 to hit and then -1 to wound, which is pretty good. So we're talking like a fair amount of tankiness. There's some really good stratagems in there. I think the one that you will like the most is there's a 2 CP. I can double Oath a moment.
Double Oath of Moment. Like you have two different targets for Oath of Moments.
Yes. How it works is when you kill your Oath a moment target, you spend 2 CP and then you point at another guy and say, that's my Oath a moment target.
Oh, okay, wait. Based on the condition that you kill the original targets.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. But it's still pretty good. And then it's also, don't forget, like 2 CP, sure, but this is the detachment. Well, sorry, this is the army with Azrael who gives +1 CP for free. So yeah, CP is not your problem ever in DA. I'm gonna be honest. Like this is good. This is fine. Um, the problem which you'll probably see with detachment in competitive play is that the actual DPS of detachment is not super good. You got some stuff you can do. In your enhancements, there's a enhancement called Ancient Weapons. You can effectively make a Smash Captain. Some people have been talking about putting it on a Judiciar because you can make a Judiciar go Strength 9, AP 3, Damage 3 with Dev Wounds, which is, it's cute. It's really cool. As I said, it's one character that you're able to put this on. How much is it gonna do? We don't really know. But with DPS aside, there still is actually quite a few strong combos that you can use. Deathwing Assault is a way to get Deathwing Knights up the board real fast. It allows you to deep strike turn one.
Deep Strike
Which
turn one?
Yes, it's an enhancement. So you can only use it on one unit of Deathwing Knights, but you put a Chaplain in Terminator armor, or you can do like an Ancient or whatever. You put the enhancement on it, then it can Deep Strike turn one.
Okay. Do you know how many points it is, that enhancement?
I don't know. My guesses are it's going to be around 30. It's like 25 to 30. Um, but I think between this and the other enhancement to make a Smashed Captain, those are the two you are probably running. Everything else is frankly not very good. So I think those are the two you're looking at. But it looks good. You can effectively jail with this Dark Angels list, even though it isn't as fast as Stormlance. Um, but turn one Deep Strike is incredibly good. It's essentially worse infiltrators. Um, but very, very good. Note you cannot rapid ingress with it turn one. So
Oh,
that's the
okay.
one issue. But it's still incredibly good. Besides that, you have a 1 CP advance and charge, which is also a 1 CP advance and shoot. Um, there's no restriction on whether this is infantry or not, so you can run this on like a Terminator assault squad. You could run this on your bikes. You could run this on the Lion, so you can advance and charge with the Lion, who now has his datasheet adjusted, so he can uppy down, which is pretty good. It there is play there, but yeah, it's kind of it's not even actually, to be honest, that insane of a stratagem. But it's important that it's there because otherwise, frankly, you're not going to be moving anywhere with Dark Angels. So it's important that the advance and charge is there. So that's pretty nice, if I'm being honest. Another thing which we might be looking at is there's a 1 CP plus 2 strength. This is the one thing actually which I spent a lot of time thinking about because I think this is the one ability in the new Dark Angels list that might potentially allow you to deal a lot of DPS. I've thought of the combos. Plus 2 strength basically means Hellblasters can hit on strength 10, which is what most people are talking about. You can put it on Hellblasters, put it with Azrael. Sustain hits 1, Invuln 4 plus strength 10, AP 3, 2 damage. It's fairly good. It's also incredibly funny on Infernus Marines because they become strength 7. It's completely overkill, but it's also incredibly funny. I also think that you'll probably see it maybe on Eradicators because Eradicators will now have strength 11 Meltaguns. Yeah,
Okay, damn. Okay.
yeah, that kind of cooks. So strength 11 Meltaguns, I think that's honestly probably the most practical usage of it. Because considering the Eradicator's like actual ability, that could mean they can pop units, some really heavy vehicle units really fast. Stern Guard, it actually does see some play because you can push things. Strength 6 on their bolt rifles is a breaking point, so it allows you to wound on 5s as opposed to 6s against most vehicles. They inherently reroll wounds and have dev wounds. So there is a sort of Swiss Army knife application for Stern Guard, especially if you put them with Azrael, and you will want to run Azrael because of that plus 1 CP. The question is just simply, do I put him on a shooting unit, or do I put him on something like Inner Circle Companions, where he's going to, get a huge amount of mileage from a tankiness perspective? So, yeah, that basically does it for this attachment. A lot of people are saying, I don't know if this is as good as Stormlance. I don't know if this is as good as Gladius Task Force. And yeah, that's fair. I do think the -1 to wound is significant. You're going to probably see a large amount of focus fire needed to take down like a single squad of Deathwing Knights. I think the issue with this particular detachment would be its DPS. I think there's not too many ways to look at a unit and go, that unit is dead. So that's the one issue. But I think we will see it to some extent in play. So fingers crossed. Hopefully we see it in action. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds pretty good. Sounds like some cooking could be happening for all those Dark Angel players.
It could be. It certainly could be. And I'm gonna be cooking this list up as well, Ryan. I hope you're ready for some TTS with this.
Oh
This is gonna
no.
be pretty. Yeah,
Don't hurt me,
yeah.
please. Don't hurt me.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You have knights. This is a completely the opposite direction. I'm gonna get fucking blown off, dude.
Well, if I play my knights, yes.
No, it's true.
If I play my
It's true.
Templars, then
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, but yeah, it's a cool detachment. I mean, DA players have fun with it. I think it's. I mean, it has potential to be like the detachment to play as DA. We just have to really see what combos get stuck in, and then also if there's anyone who's good enough to pilot the list. But I think it's got play, so we'll see where it goes. But fingers crossed.
nice, nice. Sounds pretty good.
Yummy.